Trustee Baradwaj.
Here.
Trustee Marks.
Here.
Trustee Spicone.
Present.
Trustee Shagru.
Here.
Trustee Wider.
Present.
And Trustee Riley is absent and excused.
Okay, would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next on the agenda is public comment. Public comment is an opportunity for residents to comment briefly on matters included on the agenda and otherwise of interest to the Board of Trustees. Public comment is limited to 30 minutes in total and up to 5 minutes per speaker, depending upon the number of commenters. We'll take public comments from the sign-in sheet in the order in which folks signed in, and there aren't anybody signed in, so we'll give the two people in the audience a chance to, anybody want a public comment out there? Not seeing anybody move, so we'll move on to President's report then. And I have none, so we'll move on to the consent agenda. Kathleen, please read the titles.
Okay, do you want to do the preamble?
The titles on the consent agenda will be read by the clerk and approved by a single roll call vote. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Any item may be pulled from the consent agenda for board discussion or a separate vote by any member of the board. Kathleen, please read the titles.
6A, approval of minutes of the Village Board meeting on February 17, 2026. 6B, approval of the semi-monthly warrant registered dating March 2nd, 2026, totaling $1,742,445.24. 6C, ordinance approving a variation granting relief from the maximum fence height requirements in the corner side yard at 154 Oak Street, assigned ordinance 2026-03-654. 6D, ordinance authorizing disposal of surplus property owned by the Village of Lake Zurich, signed ordinance 2026-3-655. 6E, ordinance approving the annual official zoning map of the Village of Lake Zurich, assigned ordinance 2026-03-656, and that is it.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any questions, board questions, or is discussion desired by anybody on any item on the consent agenda? Nope. Okay. Would anyone like anything pulled for a separate vote? All righty, then may I have a motion, please, and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved, Wider.
And a second, please?
Second, Shagru.
Kathleen, please call the roll.
Trustee Baradwaj.
Aye.
Trustee Marks.
Aye.
Trustee Spicone.
Aye.
Trustee Shagru.
Aye.
Trustee Wider.
Aye.
Motion.
Okay, thank you. The consent agenda passes. We'll move on to new business. First item, 7A, Trustee Spicone.
Sure, Mr. Mayor, thank you. Item 7A, an approval of an intergovernmental agreement with Lake County Stormwater Commission for grant reimbursement through the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Stormwater Capital Improvement Program for the North Branch Buffalo Creek Streambank Stabilization Project. That's a mouthful. In summary, the Village of Lake Zurich and the Lake County Stormwater Management Commission entered into an intergovernmental agreement, or IGA, for grant funding assistance through the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Stormwater Capital Improvement Program, DCEO/STOCIP, for the North Branch Buffalo Creek improvements at Bristol Trails Park. An intergovernmental agreement was subsequently executed outlining the responsibilities of both parties and incorporating all DCEO requirements, including compliance with federal and state grant conditions. Construction of the North Branch Buffalo Creek improvements at Bristol Trails Park has since been completed in accordance with the approved plans and permit requirements. The village is now in the required post-construction inspection, monitoring, and maintenance phase as outlined in the agreement.
Thank you, trustee Spicone. Mike Brown? Public Works Director Mike Brown.
Thank you. That's one of the reasons that grants are so difficult. It's all these government acronyms. It's the labor of love, I guess, if you will. But this was a grant that we had submitted for back in October of 2022 while we were designing the project, and the funding just wasn't there at the time when we were moving forward to bid this project out in 2024. We decided to move on, thinking that the funding would not be available, and we got a call from SMC stating that one other community had dropped out, and if we were shovel ready, we could pretty much name our price, and so we did. And I'm happy to say that they have funded 100% of the construction of the project. With that being said, for once, I'm not spending money. I'm bringing money back into the coffers. So I know you'd like that, Kathleen. But so we're getting back 100% of construction costs minus the $49,000 in admin fees for staff time to administer the grant through SMC. So we're getting back $374,349.48. And that is for the Buffalo Creek Phase 1 stream bank that we finished up in '24.
Okay, thank you. Comments, anybody?
No, I like when projects are cost neutral or free.
Me too. Down here? Mike, a couple questions.
Sure.
This is a big grant for us, something we're not bashful to take or submit for.
Sure.
One of the advantages that we have, and this is mostly for the residents, is that we plan for these kind of things, and even though we may not have all of the funding, we can pay for them ourselves, but the fact that we're prepared, we got the plan ready, we're shovel ready, this was a great opportunity for us, and we took advantage of it. And we do this with a lot of stuff. Can you tell me a little bit or give me your perception on grants in general? I know we get a lot of them, cops get them, fire guys get them, Public Works gets them, Parks gets OSLAD grants all the time. Give me your perspective on the grants that we get and what kind of work it takes to get them and what kind of there's a lot of post stuff after this grant, so.
Yeah. So you really got to weigh out the advantages of the grant. If it makes sense, and I say makes sense, if it's the value, if the value is there for the size of the project, then yes, it could make sense. And it depends on the level of ask or the labor behind the scenes on what's involved with the grant. Some of these, like SMC, they did a majority of the work, but there was still a lot of staff time involved here. But they administered all of the behind the scenes with the DECO. If this was something purely staff would have to do, I'd really have to think about, does it make sense for us to go out and get this? Because we don't have grant people on staff, and it takes a lot of time to put this together. Post-grant on this one is we have to keep the docks and be ready for audit for the next 10 years. It may not seem like a lot, but there is a ton of time that goes into the effort of this. I think having that SMC has been a great partner for us in the past. It made sense to go for this, but it always doesn't make sense or there may be times where it doesn't make sense to go for grants. Again, you have to weigh out the possibility or the priorities of the level of project, and what goes into the grant.
So what you're saying is that the total amount of work both before and sometimes even after it outweighs the actual even trying for the grant sometimes?
Absolutely. We did, and Trustee Spicone will maybe remember this, we did a Safe Routes at School project throughout his neighborhood that took about 10 years, 8 to 10 years to get through. And in all honesty, we could have done it in a summer and probably spent half the cost of going through it. But it's, again, you have to weigh it out. Sometimes they're beneficial and they make all the sense in the world, and sometimes it's, again, it's, you know, it's a lot of work.
Okay, okay, good deal. Mark?
Yeah, and I just want to say that working in the industry that I work in, and I manage a number of grants over the years, there are always red tape and strings attached to the money when they give it to you. It's never a, here's the money. It's a, here's the money, but you need to do A, B, C, D, all the way through double X and double Y.
On both
The application side and then the
Application
follow-up
and
on
the
the
follow-up.
backside and the documentation. So, yeah, so I can completely empathize and I understand the amount of work that has to go in with, especially the larger grants.
so sometimes you just look at them, decide that
Yeah.
we can do this ourselves cheaper, better.
You have to weigh it out. I mean, sometimes when you think about the staff time that goes into it, or partner agencies that help administer through the process, it may make sense just to go it alone and work through the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody got a question? No?
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve and authorize acceptance of all terms and conditions of the intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Lake Zurich and the Lake County Stormwater Management Commission for grant reimbursement through the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Stormwater Capital Improvement Program for the North Branch Buffalo Creek improvements at Bristol Trails Park, including all reporting, reimbursement, maintenance, monitoring, and long-term compliance obligations contained therein.
And a second, please.
Second, Marks.
Jake? Kathleen, please call the roll.
Trustee Marks?
Aye.
Trustee Spicone?
Aye.
Trustee Shagru?
Aye.
Trustee Weider?
Aye.
Trustee Baradwash?
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Thanks for getting that money for us. Next item, 7B, Trustee Marks.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Item B, resolution of the Village of Lake Zurich, Lake County, Illinois, to induce the redevelopment of certain property within the Industrial District Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Project Area Number 4 for CV2 LLC at 595 Rose Road. Assigned resolution hashtag 2026-03-112. In summary, the Illinois Tax Increment Allocation Redevelopment Act allows for the village to induce redevelopment projects within the area designated as the Industrial Center Redevelopment Project Area. CV2 LLC, property owner of Industrial Wire and Cable Corporation, located within the redevelopment project area, aims to expand their current facility footprint from 100,000 square feet by 40,000 plus square feet toward Rose Road on a vacant parcel. The proposed inducement resolution allows costs related to the development project to qualify for consideration as eligible tax increment financing reimbursement costs.
Thank you. Sarosh, Michael?
Yes, thank you. This is kind of the first step in utilizing some TIF money. This is based on this body authorizing the Industrial Center Redevelopment Project Area in January of 2023. And there have been a number of companies that have taken advantage of that. And I am pleased to introduce to you this evening the principals of Industrial Wire and Cable, Mr. Carl Calabrese and Ms. Christine Graham. They are obviously excited because this gives them the opportunity of expanding their footprint onto a new parcel which is presently vacant, something they have been seeking to acquire for some time, and it looks like it's moving in the right direction now. So we are moving ahead with this element and then working together on a redevelopment agreement and all of the other elements that go along with that. So I had a great tour last week on the plant, and it's really a first-rate operation. And as you would understand, electrification is a really big deal. And more cable, more wire is absolutely needed, and it's exciting to have a first-rate company such as Industrial Wire and Cable within our business and industrial park. And if you have any specific questions, they are here tonight to answer them. I did promise them that they wouldn't be too difficult.
Do you, Carl or Christine, do you have anything that you'd like to add to that, or just open it up for questions? Nope?
Open it up for questions.
Okay. Any questions? How about, nope? No questions?
I did want to just mention one,
If
You
you
have to
could
go up to
step
the-
to the podium, if you don't mind. Thank you.
we've been involved in the manufacture of wire and cable products in Lake Zurich at 66 North Bushing Road since 1967. In 1988, we put on like a 40,000 square foot addition, and the business has changed, and we need to expand our footprint. So we've been involved in Lake Zurich since 1967. We were one of the first companies here, and are looking forward to continuing to grow our business and grow our employee growth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have no other questions from the board? Pretty simple, right? Okay. Jake?
Oh, did you want to step up and say something?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Christine, I met her, she was a officer at Horning Wire, and my father and I owned a company, Arlington Heights, called Industrial Wire and Cable. So in 2001, we entered agreement, and then we closed on the property, I think, on 2002 or 3. And Christine's been with me ever since, and she's the vice president now. It is a different company, though.
Right.
They were primarily a magnet wire factory. It's kind of a different operation. And we started IWC2 in 2001. And that's the copper fabrication business. So we take copper rod and turn it into wire. And then the original company, Industrial Wire and Cable, is the one that insulates it, puts the plastic on it, all the UL approvals and everything, and packages it and sells it as finished product. So right there on Bushing Road, we go all the way from the bare copper rod all the way to finished product within the two companies, which are actually two companies under one roof. And we tried to, we subdivided the original, when my father and I came in 2000, we had to subdivide from the Horning Trust an 18-acre parcel. And to do it, we needed 6.5 acres. So it's kind of an weird shape right now, the remaining 12 acres. And unfortunately, Carol Horning passed within a month, about a month ago. And now it looks like we might be able to put that property all back together and expand it.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Any questions? I'll be happy to answer.
I'll ask again. Anybody? No?
No, I just would like to say thank you for your continued interest within the industrial park in Lake Zurich, and that you're looking to continue to grow within the city, within the industrial park as it is. So thank you.
Okay, Jake?
Okay, recommended action. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution hashtag 2026-03-112 to induce the redevelopment of certain property within the industrial district tax increment financing redevelopment project area number 4 for CV2 LLC.
Okay, you made the motion,
Yep,
right?
need a second.
And we need a second.
I'll second Spacone.
Sue? Sue got it first.
Sue got it first. All right, Sue.
Second,
Heard
Bartles.
Sue. Kathleen?
Trustee Spacone.
Aye.
Trustee Chagru.
Aye.
Trustee Whiter.
Aye.
Trustee Baradwaj.
Aye.
Trustee Marks.
Aye.
Okay. Passed. Thank you very much. Thanks for being in Lake Zurich and staying here. Appreciate it.
Hopefully growing.
Yes.
Very important. Next item, 7C, Trustee Whiter.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance amending Titles 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 13 of the Village of Lake Zurich Municipal Code to amend text and fees related to the cost of municipal services. Ordinance 2026-03-659. Staff completed a comprehensive review of the village code and a Title 13 fine and fee structure to ensure alignment, uniformity, and adherence to the state law and administrative practice. The following were considered during the review process: fines for ordinance violation, for uniformity, fines for ordinance violations will double after 15 days if unpaid. Escalation of certain fines based on frequency of the violation were removed. Dogs off leash in parks fined lowered from $500 to $75, and all fees related to permits inspections have been raised by. Did I miss the 3%? Have been
3%.
raised by 3%. Oh, there it is. Got it. Sorry. Period. 3%. Period.
Okay, got it.
It's too tiny.
Who
Me
wants to
again,
talk about
sorry.
this?
So this is what we
Michael?
talked about as a show and tell, basically, the last time. And we wanted to bring this back to you for ratification. This is something that staff has worked on diligently for a number of weeks. Usually we try and get things done at the end of the year. This took a little bit longer to germinate, and I just want to thank the police department for their extreme effort, as well as planning and zoning, for digging in and helping out and bringing this project forward, and all of the changes that are incorporated in it. And if there are any questions that weren't answered the last meeting, I'd be happy to entertain them, and I also have my partners here to assist.
Okay. Anything? Sue? No? How about down here? Okay. No questions.
Thank you.
Greg?
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-03-659, amending titles 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 13 of the Village of Lake Zurich Municipal Code.
And a second, please.
Second, Marks.
Kathleen, again, please call the roll.
Trustee Chagru?
Aye.
Trustee Whiter?
Aye.
Trustee Bradwaj?
Aye.
Trustee Marks?
Aye.
Trustee Spicone?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. That passes. That's the end of our new business tonight. We move on to trustee reports. Anybody have a trustee report tonight or a stray comment you'd like to make? No? Nobody? Okay. Village staff, anybody on the staff have a stray comment or?
I
Mike
do.
does.
I do. So I was saving money earlier, but now I'm going to put some expenditures in front of you. I'm going to play a quick video. We've got a water main break on North Orand, adjacent to the Lago Restaurant. I'll play this video really quick for you. This is the condition of the water main in front of the property. We currently have it isolated, but I'm showing you this because this is 25-year-old pipe, and we shouldn't be seeing this. We're going to be moving into contractual efforts because it's a little bit beyond our scope for Public Works to take on. We're looking at probably about 150 feet of pipe adjacent, like I said, to Lago, which is on North Orand, close to Rand Road, so we're going to have to be dealing with traffic. We will be removing sidewalk, curb, all that stuff, and impacting their driveway off of Old Rand Road.
So adjacent to Lago, on the same side of North Old Rand Road?
Yes, that is correct.
In front of Bay Shore?
In front of Lago.
Oh, in front of Lago.
In front of
Okay.
Lago, yeah. So it's isolated, nobody's out of water, but to reinstate this, we'll be engaging a contractor to do the repairs. And the reason for bringing this forward is it will most likely exceed the village manager's authority for expenditures, so we'll bring it back to the village board to reconcile at a later date.
What do you think that's gonna cost?
Rough estimates at this point, we're probably anywhere from 60 plus for repairs.
So in the past, we've brought these to you, we've acted on an emergency basis, but we'll let you know as soon as we found out. And then we'll bring it back for ratification once we have the final costs.
Correct.
I was thinking you were gonna say $1 million plus.
No.
Like
no,
we had
no,
when we had the
no.
sewer break in Long Grove.
No, I hope we're far less than that. So with any luck, if we can get this going by midweek, we'd be back up and at least restored by the end of the week, weather permitting, or we may have to take it into next week.
Do
But
we had,
go ahead.
sorry, do we have any idea why this pipe failed prematurely like that?
No, I've seen it in other parts of town where soil conditions, I mean, it could be just wet from the lake, and it sits in it and just deteriorates even faster. We've seen hot soils, but no determination at this point, but it's obviously premature deterioration to say a 25-year-old pipe, and we're seeing this.
Since we have experts and someone sitting on the board with CLC Jawa, is there a different type of pipe material we might be looking at that they would recommend us to use in that type of a situation?
Well, in this, we're moving to plastic.
Okay.
So PVC
Yeah.
is definitely the way to go for us.
Okay.
It's cheaper, you can handle it a lot easy. Now, that's what the industry is pointing us to today. Who knows 50 years from now, but
Right.
I think that makes the most sense for this application.
And there won't be an issue with the connection from the old
No,
to the
Nope.
new?
no, we
Okay.
do it all the time.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. By the way, there's you've got an outside company doing tree trimming around town?
We do,
They're
yeah.
doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you, yeah. They
And
did the
they're- and they're
tree.
doing it quickly.
Yeah, they did the trimming at Paulus Park in Breezewald, and then they're out in the subdivision, so doing a nice job.
Yeah.
They just did mine last week.
Did they?
Yeah, they did a great job. You didn't even know they were there.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
mine was done today.
It's good,
So,
because it's a
but I saw 'em
multi-year
down the-
contract. So
What?
It's a multi-year contract if we like them, and right out of the gate, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, so they got a lot done in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Great time to do it, too. So, okay, anybody else? Staff? Okay, that's it then for our regular business tonight. We will be adjourning to executive section called for the purpose of 5 ILCS 120/2C21, review of executive session minutes, and 5 ILCS 120/2C1, personnel appointment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. There will be no voting action or board discussion, no board business discussed after closed session, so the adjournment of closed session will be the final adjournment and the end of the meeting. So may I have a motion and a second to adjourn tonight's regular meeting to executive session? Motion first.
So move, Shigeru.
Roger, and a second, please.
Second, Whiter.
Greg? Kathleen, please call the roll.
Trustee Wyder,
Aye.
Trustee Baradwaj,
Aye.
Trustee Marks.
Aye.
Trustee Spicone,
Aye.
Trustee Chagru.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. We are adjourned to executive session. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, healthy.